Are you recording?
I'm recording.
Great. Odie.
I'm taking a nap. Tell me a story.
That's great. I'll tell you a story. Odie, I learned this week that a dear friend of mine has a hypothetical version of me that they use in therapy to overcome their OCD, which means that I am so the opposite of OCD that people are using me to cure it. You're welcome, world. I'm glad I could be here for you. But it's funny. They shared with me, like, they will talk to their therapist, and their therapist will ask them questions like, would Kevin freak out about this? Would Kevin have an issue with the organization of these things?
Is that a healthy way to approach OCD for somebody?
I have no idea, but I love it. I just love that, like, there's this... Because it's not me. It's just a version of me that's been concocted. But essentially, the underlying notion there is that I'm so chill.
I'm so chill.
That I could never be obsessively compulsive about things.
But you are about certain things, though.
100%.
Yeah.
Which is
why
great.
it's
That's
funny.
why I love this. Yes. I am not without my own organizational compulsory issues, you know?
Well, everybody's a little OCD in one area of their life, right? Like, even if it's not legit OCD, it's your OCD, you know?
I don't like calling it OCD because OCD is a disorder, right?
It's a horrible thing.
You're particular. I believe the word is being particular, right? I'm particular about that. You know, meaning I have a particular way that I like to do it. OCD is like, if I don't do it that way, I'll die.
Oh,
like, that's the actual feeling of OCD, insofar as it's been communicated to me.
100%. I have a friend in Jersey who has a severe peanut allergy. Like, even if they're in the same room as something like with peanut on it, like, they could die, right?
Wow.
That allergy made them develop OCD. So now when her and her boyfriend like eat out or anything like that, they have to bag food separately. Like, she has to wash all of her groceries when she she's developed an OCD order because of her allergy around food. So she has like severe OCD with food because of her life-threatening allergy, right? So that's why I'm
severe.
like, I would never say I have OCD in anything because like I look at her and I'm like, I'm not even close to that.
Oh yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah, which I feel bad for. Like, that sucks.
Yeah, that does suck. I mean, being so afraid of peanuts that you develop a separate disorder from the nut itself.
Yeah, imagine being scared of the peanut mascot. That'd be awful. Planters.
If Mr. Peanut means death to you, I mean that's like, he seems menacing anyway.
Oh my god.
You know, like I should say people should be afraid of Mr. Peanut.
I agree. 100%.
He's an anthropomorphic legume. And he's coming for you. He's got a weapon.
He's got
already.
a monocle.
He shows up with a weapon. Yeah, and it doesn't even matter. Yeah, cool. Maybe he's got like a little bit of like a depth perception problem. But he's got the monocle on. He's already correcting it. He's going to hit you. He's going to whack you with the cane. He's got a weapon. He's a legume. He seems nefarious. I bet he's connected to the Monopoly Man.
I was going to say they're brothers.
Who? You already know what the Monopoly Man's up to. He tells you in his name. Like, I feel real talk. I feel like if the Monopoly Man were real, that MAGA would elect him, and they would be like, "Well, he's the Monopoly Man. He's good. He's good with money. Look, he's in cahoots with the bank." You know, like, I feel like they would not get the point. Like, they would just be like, yeah, but he's the Monopoly Man.
There's going to be
like,
free parking
Monopoly's
everywhere.
bad. Like, I love that we have a game that has taught us to aspire to the thing that we then send people out into the real world and go, by the way, be on the lookout if someone wants that. like when you're 6, it's okay to yell at your parents in order to try and win the game. You know, it's okay to have a heated game of Monopoly for the family. And, like, you actually see, like, some people are like, have you ever been to somebody's house and they're like, we don't play Monopoly here? And you're like, oh, shit, it went down. You know, like...
Kevin, most of my friends out here love board games. And you know what's missing from all of their board game collections?
Monopoly.
And Risk.
Yeah. Here's also what I learned because I looked up the rules while I was playing Monopoly. You can just sit in jail and make money in that game. Like, being in jail doesn't prevent you from collecting on your properties. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
playing Monopoly with somebody now. I'm gonna exploit that loophole.
There's no Monopoly where, and I honestly, I realized this because I was playing once and I was like, wait, do I still collect on my properties while I'm in, I was like, this is a legitimate question. I don't think I should be able to do that. And we looked it up. There's no rule that's
it's real life.
You can't. Yeah. I was like, wait, so if I own a decent portion of the board, it doesn't matter if I go to jail?
That's incredible, because then you could just wait until everybody else is bankrupt and then be like, well.
I guess I can. Well, because if you roll doubles or if you're in there for 3 turns. So, yeah, it's just, I remember being like, oh, that's dark and kind of real. That I'm
that's
just
insane.
Sitting because I was winning the game and I had spent half the game in jail.
Just purposely trying to land on the jail spots.
Not on purpose. It was just happening that way. That's why the question came up. But coming back to our point, the Monopoly Man and Mr. Peanut do seem like good candidates should the Republican Party be looking for some in the future. Yeah. If the wannabe king doesn't get his 3rd term, there's a couple guys for you.
Yeah.
There you go. See, look, we're helpful to our right-leaning constituents, friends,
we care.
And peers. Yeah, Monopoly Man and Mr. Peanut 2028. If not the
president
other guy
and vice
that
president,
you love
baby.
so much. Yeah, who would be vice?
Wait, okay. Does the Monopoly Man have? Does he have a monocle? Does the Monopoly Man have a monocle?
No, actually, I don't think he does.
Does
he?
Whoever doesn't have the monocle is the vice president, because I'm not taking somebody without a monocle serious. Let's find out.
I think they would. How about this? First decree, they come in.
He doesn't have a monocle.
Aha. They say the Mr. Peanut and the Monopoly Man both come in, and they're like, first decree, neither one of us is president nor vice president. We're both president of vice. And then everybody, they just get into the gambling and just everything bad right off the bat. And, everybody's just like, see, we knew this would happen. But this is what happens when you put the Monopoly Man in charge.
But everybody gets $200 for passing go.
Everybody. As long as you can pass go. But go is at an undisclosed location, and you have to find it. And if you don't, you get killed a la the Long Walk style. There it is.
This universe
the future of America, baby. The future of America. It's the Long Walk, but with
Monopoly and Mr. Peanut.
Yeah, and lots of boardwalking. Lots of boardwalks. So many boardwalks. What was your favorite game piece in Monopoly? Go ahead, hit me with that. I'll cue the music. What's your favorite game piece in Monopoly?
I liked the car.
I love how each different version of the game has different pieces. They change up some of the classic pieces. In the Stranger Things one, you can just be a cassette tape, and I was like, that's cool. I like the cassette.
Oh, we're
tape.
going special edition Monopoly.
My inner hipster. Yeah, for Jurassic Park. I bet there's a Jurassic Park.
There's a Monopoly for everything, Kevin.
Yeah, I guess you would say Monopoly has a monopoly on that genre of game. Fuck it, we're going. All right, you ready to clap?
Sure.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of the UnPop Podcast. My name is Kevin Miner, your Capitan Toda Siempre. Him with me as always is.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Go straight to jail.
Don't?
The chef. Odie Matthews.
Straight to jail.
Straight to jail. Kevin, I played board games last night, actually, funny enough.
Oh, you did?
We played, well, okay, let me rephrase that. Last night, my D&D group got together to carve pumpkins.
Carve pumpkins. Didn't paint them.
And so we carved pumpkins, and that was fun. And then we watched like 2 episodes of the Over the Garden Wall as like ambiance, right? Always fun.
Classic. We love Over the Garden Wall.
I'm gonna put this person on blast. One of the persons in my group was like, "I don't like Over the Garden Wall. It's kind of stupid." And everybody in the group was like, "Get out right now." But also that person had never finished Over the Garden Wall, so like, come on.
Well, some people just don't like animated things too. And
well, they
that's
do.
fine.
He just didn't. He just thought the plot was kind of silly because Wirt is just going around Greg is going around being a silly little guy. You know?
Yeah, he is a silly little guy.
He's a silly little guy. He's an elephant.
He's fucking like 6.
Yeah,
like let him be silly.
Jason Thunderburger. So, anyways, afterwards we played this game called Betrayal, and it's like Clue meets like exploration.
Yeah, I know Betrayal.
Okay, you know Betrayal. I've never heard of it before, and so we start playing Betrayal. Kevin.
Yep.
We played for about an hour and 45 minutes. Do you want to know how much of that I actually got to play the game?
Like 5 minutes.
About
probably.
10. I went first, and then I got to like explore a room. I fell to the basement, and I was like, okay, this sucks. Everybody went on my next turn. I went back upstairs. Before I got to go again, the person killed me, and then I sat there for an hour and a half while everybody else finished the game. That person
that's how that goes.
Didn't kill anybody else. Didn't go after anybody else. Just went after me because I was almost dead. And I sat there for an hour and a half and did nothing. And let me just say this right now: it sucks to be the person who loves to play board games but never gets to finally get to play a new board game and then go twice and die.
Yeah,
it sucks.
Yeah, that's why they put time limits on Among Us and games like that. You know, like Among Us is in the Betrayal style game.
I love Among Us.
It's
fun.
Actually,
it's fun.
Like that's a good game to just randomly hop in every once in a while and just be like, you know what? Let's see how good I can lie today.
Exactly. It's low key fun.
Odie, I hope there's not many lies in the news this week. What do we got?
Oh man! Maybe not lies, but there's some juicy news this week.
Ooh, juicy news. Hit it.
Yeah, baby. It's the UnPop news coming at you fresh and hot from the command deck of the SS Marlon Brando. Let's see what this week had in store.
I want to start with the juiciest, if I may.
Okay.
Star Wars news.
Oh, we love Star Wars news. You love Star Wars.
I do love Star Wars.
Stormtrooper Nucktats.
Nucktats.
They sound cooler if you say it that way.
I know. So, okay. Post the Rise of Skywalker.
Yes.
The only thing
which was a bad movie.
Yeah, it's bad. It's a pretty bad trilogy, except for The Last Jedi. Unpopular opinion.
Somehow Palpatine has ruined everything. Okay, keep going.
Somehow the writers don't know what they're doing.
Somehow, so the only J.J. Abrams is still getting hired.
So the only thing we have confirmed after Tross is the Last Starfighter movie with Ryan Gosling, right?
So that's in the future. That's post
Tross.
Yep.
There's
with
another
Mia Goth.
movie.
Mia Goth and Ryan Gosling are hanging out somewhere in the future.
Yeah.
In a galaxy far. Well, okay. In the intros, are they going to change it to a long time ago instead of a long time ago? Is it now? Have we progressed far enough that it's just a long time ago now?
I think movies that aren't numbered don't have the opening crawl because Rogue One didn't and Han Solo didn't.
I would like more to have the opening crawl in every Star Wars movie. I almost expect it. Anyway.
So there was another movie from Steven Soderbergh that was going to focus around Ben Solo, and the movie was going to be called The Hunt for Ben Solo with Adam Driver, and it got canceled. Or not canceled, I'm sorry. It got rejected by Disney after Lucasfilm had worked on it for months.
That makes sense because the last Skywalker fight was bad movie. What's that one called? The Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah, Tross. The Rise of Skywalker.
Skywalker already rose, man. He was
now Rey is Skywalker, even though she's a Palpatine clone's daughter.
Yeah.
Look, the reason why this is upsetting is, for one, Steven Soderbergh is an incredible director. I love Adam Driver, and I feel like this would have been really interesting because at the end of Tross, he kisses Rey. Gross. Not because kissing Rey is gross.
Hold
Daisy
on,
Ridley is
though.
a very pretty woman. I'm saying gross,
Yeah.
like those characters shouldn't have kissed.
Yeah.
But he like vanishes. He like Force Ghost disappears, and I think it would
Yeah.
have been interesting because he was redeemed in a way, but not redeemed all the way. And I personally would have loved an entire movie from a director like Steven Soderbergh with Adam Driver, just exploring everything about Ben Solo, the character who I cared the most about and learned the least about. Like, I feel like
Okay.
he was so all over the place in those 3 movies in terms of his arc and his story. It would have been nice
Yeah.
to put a cap on that in a way that felt more satisfying.
Okay, hold on though. Name something really, really, really good that Adam Driver has been in since Girls.
Logan Lucky.
Okay.
I like him in Marriage Story. I would say he's pretty good in Megalopolis, a movie we both love.
Really?
No, that movie sucks.
Okay.
I liked him in. Did you ever see The House of Gucci?
Oh yeah.
He's good in that.
He's all right. Yeah.
I'm looking through his filmography, trying to figure out what else he's been in that I like.
noticed that you're not naming any sci-fi films here.
Well, 65 was bad. I covered it on Magnum Opus.
Yep. The Star Wars trilogy he's in was bad.
I kind of like his zombie movie, The Dead Don't Die, with Bill Murray, where they play cops that don't really understand zombies. That one's pretty fun.
Okay.
I'm trying to see what else
Yeah.
he's been in.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Logan Lucky is definitely my number 1 pick.
That's not him playing a semi-intelligent hick is not reason enough in my mind to be like a Ben Solo movie would be great. You know? Like
You didn't think he was good in
No.
Star Wars?
No, I didn't like those movies. I think like cuz anytime I've gone to go back and watch any of them, I've just been like I've gotten partway through it and been like, "Oh no,
well,
this sucks."
Yeah. Again, the only one
Yeah.
that's worth watching, in my opinion, and it's the one that everyone seems to hate the most, but I think The Last Jedi is incredible. I think that movie is actually a really good look at the failures of Star Wars in a way that highlights them. But like Steven Soderbergh did Black Bag this year, which is still a phenomenal movie. He did Presence. I think he's just a really interesting director that's not a sci-fi J.J. Abrams or a Colin Trevorrow. Like I would have liked because like your biggest complaint with Star Wars, and it's valid, is the Jedi can get kind of boring.
They're so boring.
Getting a director who is known for movies that aren't the genres that Star Wars has touched upon yet, to me, is more interesting than getting another comedy action guy like The Last Starfighter. Like, getting these directors would be way more interesting.
Yeah, the thing is, though, like, when it comes to Steven Soderbergh directing in that universe, how, like, I guess follow-up question, do you think that with Disney and Lucasfilms and just, like, the people who have their hands in the pot in those respective pots, like, do you think that Steven Soderbergh would have enough creative control to make a good Star Wars movie?
That, honestly, Kevin, that is a phenomenal question. And allow me to answer it this way.
Okay.
Let me answer this in 2 parts.
Hit it.
To answer your question, no, I don't think you would have the creative control. The second part of that is I think that's the biggest problem that Lucasfilm and Disney are running into, is not letting have directors that are creative in this way have the creative control that they deserve to make these movies the way they should be.
Wait, hold on. I'm going to flick the switch and light up the giant light bulb sign that points to DC and says James Gunn on it. Hold on.
Thank you.
Look, Disney, pay attention to this.
That's
James Gunn's doing great.
Bravo. See, that was going to be my exact next point was going to be, if you do what James Gunn is letting the directors of DC do, where we get this Clayface from a horror Clayface director, we got Matt Reeves doing his own, like, if Disney and Marvel would do that in Star Wars, I think it would be a lot better.
Yeah, do what James Gunn is doing.
Exactly.
Which is telling people, if you show up with a good script, I'll give you creative control.
Exactly.
Which should be what's happening anyway.
It should be that should be par for the course on everything. So yeah,
all right.
I mean, look, I think you're valid for saying I don't want to see a Ben Solo movie. I think that trilogy obviously it tainted a lot of people, including a lot of Star Wars fans. Nobody hates Star Wars like Star Wars fans. You know,
we're not gonna get another Solo movie, and I'm so mad about that I'd rather red light all the other BS. Solo was so good.
So
it's
there's
still, like my second favorite Star Wars movie.
It's so good. Okay, look. I think it's funny because you and I like the Star Wars properties that a lot of people are like, those are fine, you know? But, like, I'm with you. Solo, Rogue One, I really like I like The Last Jedi. You know, I like a lot of the ones that a lot of Star Wars fans are like, that ruined Star Wars. I'm like, I don't know. I think it's pretty good.
I like the ones that you can watch if you're just a sci-fi fan. Like,
Exactly.
I like the ones where, like, it's in the universe, and so it has... Like, that's the medium through which the story is being told, is that universe particularly. But, like, I don't like I feel like all the stories that are, like, grounded in what people seem to be is, like, the core zeitgeist of Star Wars itself through and throughout. Like, they just get bogged down in Force BS. You know, it just, everything always gets, like, distilled and reduced down to, like, two people with lightsabers fighting for everything. You know, like there's no crazy conversations about really even just like collateral damage or casualties. Like, you know what I mean?
They blow up planets and gloss over it like it's nothing.
Yeah, like and like have giant wars with robots where like thousands upon thousands of Gungans and Nabooans die. And then, like, they're just like, but the robots got stopped.
Yeah, don't worry.
We shut them down.
We
shut
them
them down,
we
guys.
Turned them off.
We won.
We found the off
there's
switch.
There's no, like, recognition for the sheer devastation that actually is taking place in that universe. You know what I mean?
Totally agree. And the one movie that I think I want to happen the most, and I have this feeling it probably won't, James Mangold, who... I really like as a director. Maybe his movie, like the Indiana Jones movie, I think tainted people on him a little bit. But he did one of my favorite movies, Ford v Ferrari. I think that movie is incredible. James Mangold is a good director. He is. He's supposed to do a Swamp Thing movie for DC, but he's also supposed to do an origin of the Jedi and Sith movie for Lucasfilm. And what that would look like would be 20,000 years in the past before Seth was Seth. But before the Sith were the Sith and the Jedi were the Jedi, what did that look like? Yeah, Seth was there. What did that look like at the origins of the Force, and how did the Force come to be this thing, and how did it turn evil and good? And I think that sounds way more interesting than, and I'm probably going to like this movie, but that sounds more interesting than Ryan Gosling's got a Force-sensitive kid, and his mom's a Jedi, and he's got to get across the galaxy, and there's bad guys.
I forgot that's the plot of
that's
that
the
one.
plot.
That's dumb.
So,
here's my impression of the prequel to all the prequels. We have brought together this inaugural council of what we are, I believe, going to call Jedi. And Seth has volunteered to bring snacks. Seth, you forgot the snacks, Seth.
Well, you're a bad guy now.
You know what? You have to be a Sith now. Yeah, we're gonna change your name. I don't care. I don't care if you're mad about it. Hey, your lightsaber's turning red.
Hey,
What's
stop
going
choking me.
on
Stop it, Seth.
All right, what do we got?
Let's go over to Netflix. We love.
Are you channeling your rage?
Are you bleeding your kyber crystal? Something that's not known yet. Seth.
All right.
Oh God, that's a good one. I like that bit. How's your lightsaber changing colors? Stop choking me. Because I just it's like stop it.
Stop.
Okay,
Calm
Netflix.
down, Seth. I mean,
Netflix
Sith.
gets the properties for a lot of stuff. They've got the live-action Avatar: The Last Airbender. They've got live-action One Piece. They've got other things.
Yes,
we were talking about.
They have so many things.
They have so many things. We were talking about board games.
Yeah, we were.
How would you feel, produced from Netflix,
Okay.
a Catan movie?
No. No.
What do you mean, no?
Half the time I play that game, it ends up boring
What's
me.
Catan? I've never played.
Catan. Have you ever played like Civilization or any of those
No.
games?
The
like
Sims? Does that count?
No, like a civ simulator, like a civilization simulator.
Never.
Okay. So in Catan, it's called Settlers of Catan, first off.
Sorry.
You and your most esoteric and highbrow friends sit down, and one of them, who has played way too much, totally abuses the resource system no matter where they land, and inevitably wins the game and thinks that means that they're better at society and politics than everyone else at the table. And that's just kind of what silently happens. But what really happens is you just pass tokens back and forth that represent resources and make political decisions, like socio-political decisions for, like, I don't know, fucking sometimes way too long. Like,
that sounds
it's
boring.
fine. It can be. You got to have the right group of people. It's just like D&D.
Oh, okay.
Right? Like Settlers of Catan is like D&D light. But instead of going on adventures, you're building a like township, city, civilization, nation. You know, like
so
you're
kind of
competitively building. Yeah.
Okay, so kind of like the Cones of Dunshire.
I have. What the fuck is that? I have
okay.
no idea.
So Kevin, before we started recording, was like, my jokes are layered. Well, that's a layered jokes because that's a reference inside Parks and Recreation for you.
Okay,
wait, that's
so
not a joke. That's just a reference, actually.
They play the Cones of. Okay, so it's just a.
It's just a.
They
reference.
play the Cones of Dunshire instead of.
It's a game
Settlers
that's
of
made
Catan.
up in. You know what? I've lost it. What would
It's
Catan,
legally distinct Settlers of Catan.
What would
you're
a
saying.
Catan movie look like in your opinion? Then how would you do this? If it's just
I mean, it would
passing
probably
tokens
just
back
feel
and
like it would feel like dumb Dune. You know, like Dune is already kind of Settlers of Catan. You know, like it's like
Is it?
It's like what is all this about? Oh yeah, we're fighting over spice. Got it.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. So
But
like a
Settlers
resource
of
battle.
Catan would be So, like I can just imagine like episode 3, who's got the timber? You know, like it's fucking like your resources. Well, you know, we all landed on this planet and we've got an alliance with this guy, and that guy's like, actually, I've got another alliance with the people who have the hay, and it's like fucking yeah. I see where you could make it interesting in that, like, okay, imagine this. A series a la Lost where, like, in the distant future, ship breaks apart into pieces, a la Scavenger's Reign, and crashes onto a planet, and instead of everybody turning into weird, seemingly unrecognizable humanoids, instead they just have different resources and establish, like, you know, their fiefdoms and start, you know, trading and figuring out how to settle Catan. You know, like,
Yeah.
It just seems kind of like nail on the head for the most part, but I can see, like, if you've got the right writer, director, actors, it can be interesting.
It's going to be both a TV show and a movie to create a Catan like universe for Netflix.
Dumb.
And look, Netflix can have some hits. I think they've definitely done some stuff right.
Look at Centaur World.
Yeah, sure.
Have you not seen Centaur World?
No, I don't watch a lot of Netflix because
Have you not seen Centaur World?
no.
Buddy.
Okay, but here's the thing about Netflix that bothers me. I have gotten bamboozled by Netflix too many times in the past where I start a show and I'm like, wow, this is a really good show. I can't wait for season 2. Oh, it's canceled. This is a really good show. We got 2 seasons and it's canceled. They cancel things so quick that it's hard for me to get into Netflix originals because I'm worried that we're not going to get another season. I'm going to get invested in a show that then has no satisfying ending. And that's happened a lot. So I'm very careful with what I watch on Netflix because of that. But I mean, a lot of their stuff, a lot of the Netflix original movies, they look like they were filmed in a fucking cupboard. They don't look like real movies. And it's the same thing with like a lot of the Apple TV movies. A lot of these streaming services, their original movies don't look like movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
Catan. Can't wait.
Catan.
We
love it.
Let's talk about some crime, Kevin. I'm going to give you a
Let's
crime
talk about
101 lesson.
Whoa, I just saw a trailer for that.
Me too. So Crime 101 brings together, it's got Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, Halle Berry, and our favorite, Barry Keoghan.
Barry Keoghan?
There was somebody else. Oh, and Nick Nolte was in it.
Oh, yeah.
Is in it. Crime 101, Kevin. It's what if Chris Hemsworth was a super smooth criminal and all the ladies loved him and some people were after him?
Chris Hemsworth from Black Hat matured a little bit and faced off against kind of Mark Ruffalo from Numbers? What if we did that, guys? What if we did it?
I mean, Barry
It's
Keoghan
Crime
was there.
101. See, it's crime like Black Hat, and then it's got the Numbers 101. We did it.
Layered.
Fuck it.
What did you think of this
that-
trailer overall?
I was actually just really excited to see Halle Berry in a movie.
She's been in plenty of movies.
I kind of glossed over everything. I was like, "Oh, Halle Berry's in this? I'll watch it."
Did you not see
I kind of-
Atlas from Netflix, Kevin?
I kind of resided myself to already watch it because Halle Berry's in it. No, I did not see Atlas from Netflix. Is that the Jennifer?
Oh wait, that's not Halle
Lopez
Berry.
one?
That's J-Lo. I'm an idiot.
Yeah,
Anyways,
what the
keep
fuck
going.
you talking
Just mix those actors
Anyway,
up. Ignore
no,
me.
It looks fine. It looks like another heist crime movie thing where and like here's in the trailer. I think it's Mark Ruffalo. He's like at some point in the trailer, I forget. Somebody goes, "Yeah, did you ever see the Thomas Crown Affair?" And I'm like, "Here we."
It's Mark Ruffalo talking to Chris
go.
Hemsworth. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, "Here we go."
'Cause then Chris
Way to
Hemsworth's like, "I
reveal
like
the
bullet."
source material.
Yeah. Look, I think this will be. I think this will be fun. I'm not saying it. That doesn't mean. I'm talking about an R rating system.
I agree.
Doesn't mean
I
it's going to be
agree.
good or bad. I think this is going to be. I like the cast a lot, and I love. It looks like Barry Keoghan's playing the normal kind of character he does, a little shit kid, like a son that like just causes issues almost.
Yeah.
I like Halle Berry, obviously, when she's in good movies. I like Chris Hemsworth, honestly. I mean,
Yeah.
I
we're far enough away
Yeah.
from them being the Hulk and Thor that I'm not going to be constantly thinking about what if this was the Hulk versus
what if this was the Hulk and Thor? Yeah,
But it is.
I mean, of course it is. Yeah, and Mark Ruffalo just came off a TV show from HBO Max called Task. I didn't watch it.
I heard that was good.
I heard it was really good. Chris Hemsworth, I think, has done some pretty good movies recently. I think that the Extraction movies are John Wick's second cousin. I think they're kind of fun. They're just
Extraction.
Yeah, they're just fun, weird action movies, And obviously, Nick Nolte is a legend. So I mean, I'm sure that'll be good.
Yeah, it looks fine.
Yeah, Crime 101 comes out in February. Yeah, probably see it.
It looks fun.
Yeah,
We'll see it. Fuck it, we'll see it.
All right. So a few weeks ago, Kevin, we talked
weeks
about the Miami Vice movie in the works from Joseph Krasinski, who did Top Gun, Maverick, and Your Dad Loves Fast Cars, Formula One.
Joseph Krasinski, who famously loves all the movies from the 1980s that he originally worked on, is now doing Miami Vice.
And we got some potential casting. So these could be
hit
the
me.
potential leads for the Miami Vice movie. It
Okay.
might be Austin Butler and Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, I'm fine with that.
Love
That's
that.
great. Yeah.
I think after Caught Stealing, Austin Butler would be really good in that. And
Yes, I want to see him not play a slightly different shade of that character from Caught Stealing now. Like, I want to see him, like, branch, because, like, that was really good.
yeah.
Also, he's good as Fade Rotha.
Yeah.
in,
Oh, yeah.
Dune. Yeah, so.
I've come around on Austin Butler, as we all know.
Wow.
After Caught Stealing, I was like, no, he's a good actor. Because I
He is
think,
a good
and I said it
actor.
back then, what got me on him was all the method acting for Elvis. I was like, oh, this guy sucks. He's just talking
Yeah.
like Elvis. This guy sucks. And I was like, well, no, he's a good actor.
I mean, there were enough people, like, I sometimes there's, like, hype stories about stuff like method acting, but, like, there were enough people that were like, yeah, he had to go to, like, a specialist to stop talking like
Yeah.
Elvis. I was like, oh, shit, that sucks. Like,
That's what I was like, okay. But
Yeah.
I love Michael B. Jordan. He is hands down, like, just he's a phenomenal fucking actor on
He's phenomenal.
everything. Everything he touches is great. Even, I mean, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but even in the Fan Four Stick movie, like, he is a good Johnny Storm. He's the only one that I actually think is good in that as the character they're supposed to be playing.
I was really secretly hoping a long time ago that he would get cast as the Green Lantern, but like the one that we know from Justice League from when we were kids, right? Remember?
Jon Stewart.
I was really hoping we would get him as Jon Stewart because that
But
would be fucking phenomenal.
I will say Aaron Pierre, who is playing Jon Stewart from Rebel Ridge, is a phenomenal choice as somebody who really likes Rebel Ridge. You should watch
Okay.
that. That's actually a good Netflix movie, everybody.
I know.
I liked it a lot. It's a Marine it's a Marine beating up corrupt cops. I mean, what more could you want?
Yeah.
But yeah, Miami Vice, I think that's a great combo. Yeah, I
agree.
Yeah, it feels it feels good. Feels good to have good casting.
I like it, and I feel like with the director that they have, I feel like it's going to end up resonating a lot more than like any, like we're getting a fucking another Bad Boys movie, aren't we? Like,
oh, probably.
Yeah, like
probably.
Pass on that. We need a buddy cop comedy that's like more fun, and I think what a better there's rarely a better duo to play that buddy cop than Michael B. Jordan and Austin Butler. I mean, other than Liam Neeson, and I cannot remember his name right now.
Paul Michael Hauser.
Paul Michael Hauser.
I got
you, bro. My God. Dude, okay.
Wait,
I'm going to say this periodically until I've gotten enough. Put Paul Michael Hauser in more things, please. Everybody. Everybody listening.
Paul Walter. I was close.
Paul Walter Hauser. Put him in more things. We want that.
Yo,
he's so good.
Wait,
get Mole Man in the next Fantastic Four
dude,
movie.
Yes, bring Mole Man
him back.
Wait, okay. Speaking of him, this isn't in my news, but I just recently looked him up because I was instead of doom scrolling, I like to look at
because he's so good.
I look at movies and I click on random actors and like I scroll through them and I click on a movie and like it's my doom scrolling, but I like learn what people are in. He is the lead.
That's just called searching. You just search. You just search things.
Shut up, Kevin. He's in the Zach Kreger Resident Evil movie. He's going to be one of the leads.
Hell
so,
yeah. No, I love that.
Also,
that's fucking great.
The guy from Severance, Zach Cherry, who plays Dylan in Severance, is in the Resident Evil movie. And then Austin Abrams, who was the meth head guy in Weapons, is the other lead.
Oh,
the
dude,
junkie.
he was great. What another, diamond in the rough this year. Yeah.
Those are the 3 for the Resident Evil movie. And real quick, since we're talking about it, we didn't mention this when we talked about the announcement for Resident Evil. We have a little bit more of the plot details, so I'll share those with you.
Oh, we do?
Yeah. So we know that this isn't going to be an adaptation.
It's going to be a shot-for-shot of the first Resident Evil with Mila Jovovich.
So we know this movie isn't going to be not adapted from any of the games or previous movies, to cut you off. It's not going to have anything to do with those. Zach Kreger said that those games tell a story already, and he wants to tell a story inside that universe.
Okay.
So
are we still in Raccoon City?
I don't have the information on what city, but this is in the Resident Evil game universe. And it's gonna follow a courier tasked with delivering a package to a remote hospital, so probably like Raccoon City-esque. And then he soon finds himself caught in the middle of an outbreak and must fight through hordes of mutated creatures to survive. So very much back to the basics of the games. It's an isolated area. It's a hospital, probably with like an underground something. And that sounds great. I'm excited.
You know what none of the Resident Evil movies have done yet that I know of or can recall that we need in a Resident Evil movie?
I've seen all of them. Let me see.
Giant crocodile. We need it.
I don't think they have.
It's the scariest effing thing in Resident Evil 2.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like, it's like the first time you encounter it, because everything else up to that point is just like, oh, zombie, mutated thing, weird thing that jumps at you, lickers, like all these things that are like kind of crazy and mutated and weird. And then that one is just there's nothing else. It's just fucking Lake Placid size, giant crocodile.
Terrifying.
And you're like, oh my God, I can't go into the sewers.
Yeah, that's awful. I hope that he does crazy shit.
Who flushed this down here? Anyway.
All right, last bit of news. Since that's a bonus bit of news about Resident Evil. What are your opinion? I have 2 questions
I have
for
so
you.
many opinions before you can even finish.
2 questions for you. First question. What's your opinion on the Christmas Carol?
Which one?
The story of Ebenezer Scrooge.
Oh, Charles Dickens's the original,
Ebenezer.
the Christmas Carol
Yeah.
story that gets reshelled once every other year.
Yeah. What do you think of that?
It's fine.
Okay. Second question.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Johnny Depp?
No. I know where we're going.
Johnny Depp
Why?
is going to star in a Christmas Carol movie from Ty West, who did the X and Maxine trilogy.
Okay. All right. I'm back on board. Okay. You lost me for a second with Johnny Depp, and now I'm back. All right. Cool. So he's going to be Ebenezer Scrooge. That's a good role for him at his age, where he's at. Yes. 100%. Okay. Ty West, great. Phenomenal.
Yeah. So
means possible Mia Goth. This.
Johnny Depp hasn't been in a mainstream Hollywood movie since Fantastic Beasts: Grindelwald Did a Crime. So he was in a French movie about he was in a movie about a French person where he played a French person called Jean-Louis or something like that. I don't remember.
Jean-Guy.
Johnny Depp obviously fell out of public favor during the Amber Heard trials. Look, we're not here to commentate on that, but if you look into it, both parties, there was no one person was right, one person was wrong. They were both pretty wrong in that. If you look at it,
they had a bad relationship that went to court.
Yeah,
basically is what happened.
Yeah, from poop in the bed.
A toxic couple went to court.
Yeah, and they were both toxic, for sure. So a lot of people have called for him to come back in the Pirates movies to do another one where he's back with all the cast.
We wrapped up those stories.
Yeah, people have said that if they should do another Fantastic Beasts and bring him back as Grindelwald, which would be kind of funny that Grindelwald would have changed actors every movie.
We told those stories.
Yeah, I did a home video on it, and it fucking sucked. They all suck. The first one's fine, and the other two suck. It's a dead deer that bows to pick the leader of the wizards. That's a bad system. That's a bad system.
The first one's only good because you get the fish out of water story, and it's is refreshing for the first time. It was the first time that's really been done that way in the Harry Potter universe, and felt really authentic to the fish out of water. You know?
Eddie Redmayne is just phenomenal in that movie, and he gets sidestepped in the other two. He's such a good actor. Anyways,
yeah, he crushes it.
Johnny Depp coming back in a mainstream Hollywood movie is proof, and I'm going to say this because I think it's funny. We talk about cancel culture a lot lately, where it's actors like Armie Hammer, Kevin Spacey, Johnny Depp, all of these people that get canceled, right?
Armie Hammer, known wannabe cannibal. I think it's fine that he's canceled.
Yeah, the thing about it is people talk on the right and on the left about cancel culture and all this stuff. But the thing is when you look at it, cancel culture doesn't exist the way that people do, because guess who's going to be all three of those people I just named are all coming up in movies. Kevin Spacey's back. He's in a new movie coming out soon. Armie Hammer's back. He's in a new movie coming out soon. And Johnny Depp is back coming. So it's funny to me that people talk about cancel culture in a way it's well, this person's never going to work again. Not true.
Wait, Kevin Spacey's coming back?
Yep.
Oh, no. No.
Nobody stays canceled, which is why it's interesting to me.
But Kevin Spacey got that was real bad. Anyway.
That is real bad.
Okay.
No, it was real bad.
Armie Hammer's real bad. That was
real bad.
Bad on a human spirit level. Bad.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well.
Mm-hmm.
Odie, listen, the machines got to keep running, and the wheels got to be greased, and sometimes that grease is a pedophile or a wannabe cannibal, and sometimes that grease is as simple as just some dude who went to court with his some very famous dude who went to court with his very famous girlfriend, and then people argued over who looked better in court. That wasn't even a trial. That was like a fashion week. Who's who, what's what of how can we litigate this,
Yeah. Dude, Kevin Spacey's coming back in such a way that not only is he directing a movie that he's starring in, it also has Dolph Lundgren, Tyrese Gibson, and Megasonic Teenage Warhead from Deadpool in it.
This is just another reason we need to release those Epstein files, because we can't have Kevin Spacey coming back. I'm sure he's in them. Oh, come on, guys.
Obviously. I mean, I thought that was a given.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Kevin, do you hear that?
What is it?
Do you hear that? It sounds like a chainsaw.
It's a chainsaw. Is it Chainsaw Man?
It's Chainsaw
You
Man.
sounded like a chicken there. Yeah. Odie Matthews at the movies?
Sure. You want to hold my hand as
Cool.
we walk in?
Absolutely.
Odie Matthews at the movies.
So we saw Chainsaw Man this week.
Dude, okay. Can I say this first?
Yeah. You can say whatever you want first. Go ahead.
Go
Go ahead and say it.
I just did.
Yep.
Chicken feet.
Great.
I did not watch all of the first season of Chainsaw Man. I couldn't get past the 5th episode. It just didn't quite resonate with me the way I wanted. There were some things I didn't enjoy necessarily in terms of characters. Then I heard from a lot of people it was really good. You were like, hey, I'm going to see the Chainsaw Man movie. And I was like, well, I don't want to see Bruce Springsteen documentary because I don't love musical biopics.
Yeah. I do want to see that movie. I just wanted to see Chainsaw Man this week.
I think I'll see that one on streaming. There's also a movie called like Regretting You, which is like a Nicholas Sparks-esque like romance where it's like two
Pass on
18-year-olds. Yeah, two 18-year-olds like having sex and stuff. I don't care.
Nicholas Sparks has been writing about 18-year-olds having sex since he was 18.
It's not him, it's another author. But
I
it's
know.
In that, yeah. I just don't, so nobody comes at me. So I was like, okay, let's go see Chainsaw Man. Kevin.
Okay.
Having going into Chainsaw Man with zero expectations, not really knowing much. I read like a couple paragraphs of like what happened in the first season. I was like, okay, I get it.
Yep.
Having not had any kind of cannabis use in the last week and a half,
Wow.
I went out and got some gummies. I popped 2 of these like really nice gummies. I sat in my chair, and I just want to say this is probably one of the best movies I've seen this year. It was so fucking good. Jesus Christ. Good. Oh my God.
It was very good. Disclaimer for anybody who is not an anime person, it is very much an anime movie.
It's an anime movie through and through.
There were moments during this movie, like there are certain moments that happen in like anime shows and anime movies where I'm like, can't show this to my friends who don't know anime. Like, you're not gonna get it. You gotta be a little deep. You gotta be a little deep in the anime to get Chainsaw Man. Well, let's do it. Chainsaw Man, yeah, this was a phenomenal movie. I went in, the only expectation I had was that it was going to be fun because it's fucking Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
With this property, I'm able to just kind of turn it on and go, all right, it's called Chainsaw Man. If he turns into Chainsaw Man, or we're like progressing the story of Chainsaw Man, you've already delivered on your promise, right? It's not called there's a bunch of devils and blah, blah, blah. You know, like it's just called Chainsaw Man. So as long as the focus stays there and we're having the typical anime fun that we have, I'm happy. This movie went above and beyond that, and I have not read the manga, but I know both of us plan on reading it now, especially because the second season's coming out, and then I'm sure they're going to do another movie. And then another season will come out, and they'll do a movie because that's just how anime goes now. I want to get ahead in the story and like know what's going on, but just some groundwork for people who have
honestly I have a couple questions to
help
us understand the world Chainsaw Man, for myself included. Can you explain kind of what the world of Chainsaw Man is in terms of devils and fiends, because I still don't fully understand how, like, because Chainsaw Man has the chainsaw devil. He's
half devil, half human.
Right, and small kind of sizzle, but like people like the bomb devil are also like, you know, like hybrids, and like there's also like the shark fiend who's like a hybrid. Can you explain how like devil hybrids and fiends? Can you just explain the world Chainsaw Man for all of us, including me?
Yeah, very specifically, Chainsaw Man. The plot is that a character named Denji, who is 16 years old, has the absolute worst existence ever. This is highlighted by a scene in the very beginning of the manga and the show where he eats a cigarette for 100 yen, which is nothing. That's pennies. It's literally pennies. He eats a cigarette, gets paid 100 yen. He is someone who will go and hunt devils for the Yakuza, usually lesser devils, in order to make enough money to get bread and jam. Or, like, not even jam.
Just bread.
Just bread for himself and Pochita.
The cutest chainsaw dog ever.
Yep. The cutest little goodest boy orange chainsaw dog who's super cute. And then so that's their existence. And then one day they get double crossed by the Yakuza, who it turns out have made a deal with the zombie devil to deliver a bunch of people to the zombie devil in order for better ranking status, more control, things like that. They're making deals with devils, right? Which is something that you find out happens more and more. Sometimes good guys, sometimes bad guys are making these deals. Just depends, like whether you're a good guy or a bad guy depends on your intentions and goal. That's it. So as this is happening, Denji gets ripped apart, and Pochita crawls inside Denji's chest and gives him a new heart. And then Denji wakes up and has a ripcord, and when he pulls the ripcord, he turns into Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man obviously is exactly what it sounds like. He has a head and 2 arms that are chainsaws. This uses a lot of blood. Turns out that blood is like the big source for his devil powers, things like that. Not just human blood, but like devil blood, different types of blood. He then gets drafted into the like special forces of a society protection organization in downtown Tokyo by Makima, who is she's a very mysterious redheaded lady. That's where we'll kind of leave this one.
Yeah.
And then they go on different adventures. His goal in the beginning, and part of the reason you stopped watching the show, was his goal was to touch boobs. Now, this is because he's a 16-year-old. And when that was his goal in the show, and then also it is in the manga, like, I had to go, well, if I was a 16-year-old, yeah, probably same goal. Like, if I was a 16-year-old who ate bread and hunted devils and had a horrible existence, I feel like that would be, like, top-tier goal, right? So that's his motivation. He does, and then as the show continues and as this movie has continued, his motivations are maturing along with the character and the concepts of the show. There's also other notable characters who show up in this movie are Aki, who has made a deal with the Future Devil. The Future Devil now lives inside of Aki's eye. Aki's deal with the Future Devil has lowered his lifespan, and every time he uses the Future Devil's ability, his lifespan lowers again. There's also Power, who is not in this movie. Even though she's my favorite character, probably the only complaint I would have about this movie at all. But she is a fiend. Power is a fiend in that she is not a human-devil hybrid. She just kind of appeared on Earth. I think a fiend is like a lesser version of a devil. Power is the blood fiend. Yep. So very similar rules to devils, but so she's a type of devil, right? And she, in her background story, was originally going to fatten up a cat that she named Meowie and was going to eat it. She instead falls in love with the cat and decides that she wants to kind of like stick around and actually appreciate some things about life. So she's a pretty well-developed character. And then we also have the angel devil, because it turns out whenever humans are afraid of something, there can be a devil that exists that is that concept. And some humans are afraid of angels. And then there's also Beam, who is the shark devil. So who is just fun to the gills.
Incredible.
They go on an adventure in this, not even so much an adventure. It kind of starts out as like a slice of life.
Well, okay.
Where we're seeing what they're up to.
Yeah, and on that, I just want to say, even if you don't know, because I didn't know a lot of what you said. I read 2 paragraphs of what happened in the first season, like who died, what happened, blah, 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 blah. I think that if you're a fan of anime on the level of like going to anime movies, right? And you didn't know anything about Chainsaw Man, but you were like, I heard this is like a really cute story with like some really cool action in it.
Yep.
I think you can still appreciate this movie as a movie all the way through.
I agree.
Like, even if you know nothing of any of it, it's still a movie that works really well and tells a really, in my opinion, compelling story that even though you know something's amiss during it, I still was completely hooked, engaged, and like wanting things to go a certain way, you know?
Yeah. Well, kind of like I was saying, it kind of starts out as a like slice of life. Like we're just seeing
Yeah,
what
it's
Denji
cute.
and Aki are up to. They're going around, they're killing devils. We get a little montage. They're trying to get stronger because they need to go after the gun devil, who when it first appeared killed about 5 million or like 1 million people in 5 minutes or whatever.
Yeah,
Like
well,
just a
it's
crazy amount of people the
It's
world
from America.
over.
Of course, it's
The gun devil from America.
What a surprise.
In the very beginning of the movie, we get Denji's recurring dream, which is a theme at this point in the manga and the anime. Denji is having a recurring dream about a door. Pochita is telling Denji not to open it. Pochita even says, like, no matter what, don't open this door. Denji then wakes up. We're kind of going about the day. We find out Power has had too much blood as the Blood Fiend and is super narcissistic at the moment and will not be in this movie. And then we move on, and Denji is with Beam, the Shark Fiend, and they're hunting and killing devils. And we also get Denji going on a date with Makima. And on that date, they go. This is something that I really loved about this movie. They go and they have like a movie marathon.
10 movie marathon.
Yeah, they go and see 10 movies over the course of a day, and they kind of cover all the different genres. And in each of them, both Makima and Denji are like, I'm not really digging this. And then they get to like a really artsy, psychological, emotional film that the only scene that we get is like a guy who's obviously some type of soldier hugging a character that might be his mom, who's like sweeping a path.
Yeah.
And then Makima and Denji both cry, and Denji's like, oh, holy crap, I might be falling for this lady, which he already
Of course he was.
yeah. And then during a rainstorm, which is a sub-theme of this movie because the Typhoon Devil is in it, Denji gets stuck in a phone booth for a moment with a girl named Rize. Or Reze, as some people say. There's no... Some people just say Rize. Anyway, her name is Reza. She is Russian. And Denji then follows her to her cafe, where the movie just kind of turns into like a cute love story for a while.
And
yeah,
okay. And when are we spoiling this?
Go ahead, just go ahead. Yeah,
the intro, like the credits, right? The intro credits, that anime, like the anime opening. Mm-hmm. There's a moment where she hands Denji what looks to be like a grenade pin.
Yep.
And I clocked immediately that was her necklace, and I was like, oh. Yeah, she's definitely, something's wrong. Like, I knew from the intro, and I was like, I wish they wouldn't have done that because I know I wouldn't have picked up on it. It's only because she handed him that pin in the intro and he exploded that I was like, oh, yeah, something's amiss. And it's kind of obvious, too, because, like, Denji, and at first I didn't like this in the movie, but then I realized, like, why it was this way. I was like, Denji's not smooth. He's not smart. Why is this girl into him? And I was like, well, actually... No, because, like, himbos exist, and, like, that makes sense that Denji is this way because he was isolated for 16 years of his life with, you know, his only friend being a dog. You know, he lived on his own. He didn't have social interactions. And so their whole relationship, even though, like, there's even times we cut to a spider, like, cocooning a butterfly, like, when they're together. A moth? Was it a moth?
Yeah.
A moth, okay.
It was at night. Yeah.
And, like, I'm like, man, I know at some point she's going to do something because she's going to be evil. But the entire time I was like, please don't. Like this is cute.
Yeah.
Like, I like you guys together. Like, even if you are faking, like, please don't. Like,
and then we get to about an hour in, and some fireworks go off, revealing that, and she reveals that she is the Bomb Devil, which is all beautiful and wonderful. Her theme song is amazing. It's this wonderful piano piece that kind of like, when it's first playing, gets you real emotional, and then it actually comes back as a musical theme in the battle sequence, which I loved. But yeah, so fireworks are going off, and then she's like, all right, I'd like you to give me your heart now, and like stabs him, and then sure enough, Beam, who is best boy, shows up and saves him. And then a giant battle ensues for the rest of the movie. So, like, the first half of the movie is just, like, emotional slice of life. This is what it's like for Denji and friends. And then the whole second half of the movie is like, all right, we have to fight a couple devils now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This is why I think I loved this movie so much. And granted, I did take a couple gummies, so I was in a blissful state of everything. Like, remember when I told you I saw Toxic Avenger and I was like, I took a couple gummies and it was an incredible experience? It was that again. When the movie kicked into anime battle, I think my gummies were at their peak because when I see an anime,
so perfect timing for you.
Honestly, okay, because like the love story. Oh my god, it
was
Kevin,
great.
I love love. All right, I'll say it.
We love
I'm not
love
afraid.
here.
I love love.
No, we endorse love at the UnPop podcast. We endorse love.
And
Are you in love? We endorse it.
I'm in love. So when this movie went, hey, Mappa's going to go ahead and do what they do best and just break the animation budget, and we're going to go balls to the fucking wall with everything here. Dude, I love anime when it's anime. I want to see a chainsaw man using a chainsaw blade to ride a giant shark in the middle of a typhoon while a lady with a fucking bomb as a head that looks like it's going to get dropped like during World War II is exploding everything, and Denji is just screaming at the top of his lungs everything under the sun. Like,
so great.
It's such a good battle because it's so lethal. It's so gruesome and lethal and like brutal, but it's so fast paced that it doesn't let you dwell on any of it. Because there's so many civilians that you see dead, begging for help. They go to a division of the demon devil hunters, and like the vice captain and one of Aki's friends just get beheaded off screen and tossed at him. Like it's, and what I liked about that too, while I'm thinking of it, is Aki, Beam, Denji, and the angel demon, or angel fiend, devil. I keep calling them demons. Devils.
Angel devil all see all this brutality and people dying, and there's a really good moment where it cuts from Denji riding a fucking shark like a cowboy in a typhoon to Aki and the angel devil having a moment where he's like, I don't want to see anybody else die in front of me. You can die if you want, just not in front of me. And I'm like, who gave you the right to mix a good love story with good emotional character moments with an over-the-top absurd battle? Who gave you the right to do that? Because it's so
awesome. It's so good.
Everything about it's great.
So good.
Just to lay the groundwork, Tatsuki Fujimoto is most known for Chainsaw Man, but also has another serialized manga called Fire Punch that is also of high note. Tatsuki Fujimoto has cited a lot of Korean films as being great influence for him, even kind of more so leaning into like The Raid. The classic 2011 Indonesian film The Raid, which is like a cult classic at this point, and Takeshi Kitano's work. He also has mentioned that he's into Tsutomu Nihei's work, which is the guy who did Blame. Blame is a very famous dystopian futuristic manga about like the bleak future of humanity as it attempts to deal with rampant AI that has taken over the world. Studio Mappa, who picked up One Punch Man.
No, Chainsaw.
Chainsaw Man.
I wish they had One Punch Man. Anyways.
Studio Mappa, who picked up Chainsaw Man, worked with my favorite director, Shinichiro Watanabe, on his first music-themed anime, Kids on the Slope, which is absolutely beautiful. If you love jazz music, like even if you're not like a crazy about anime, it's a wonderful story. They've also done Terror in Resonance, which was directed by Shinichiro Watanabe, and they've worked on, and this is just like a crazy list to just let people know who are into anime, like what Mappa's been good
Mappa's
at.
incredible.
Yuri on Ice, Rage of Bahamut, Kakegurui, Inuyashiki, Banana Fish, Zombieland Saga, which is another one of my favorite, like over-the-top comedy, like hilarious manga anime. Dororo, which is about a guy with katanas for arms.
Katana Man.
And then, not to be confused with Dororo, there is Dorohedoro, which is about another world of like magicians that's all messed up and like full of trash. And there's a giant guy with a lizard head, and he wants to eat gyoza all the time.
Okay.
They've more recently worked on Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yup. That's the way I
Attack
know
on
him
Titan
from.
season 4.
Yup.
Vinland
Both of those,
Saga
by the
season
way,
2.
JJK and Attack on Titan that Mappa did
Phenomenal.
Mappa's maybe my favorite animations, dude. They're just fucking incredible.
They're definitely up there. And then in the future, they will be working on Hell's Paradise season 2.
Thank God.
Jujutsu Kaisen season 3.
Hell yeah.
And Dorohedoro season 2.
Have
So
you-
Mappa, they just really, really, really great. Oh shit! There's gonna be a Zombieland movie.
There's 2 of them.
Zombieland Saga.
Yeah, I
Sorry,
know. I'm just
the
kidding.
anime. Dude, the Zombieland Saga anime is amazing, and I could do a whole deep dive
I need
about
to
why
watch
it's amazing.
that because
Highly recommend.
Hell's Paradise, by the way, I watched the first season when it came out
It's
like
good.
2 years ago. I've read that entire manga, and
It's good.
I cannot wait for Mappa to tackle the animation. It is so good. I love Hell's Paradise.
Yeah, what were your favorite 3 things about this movie? Probably like animation,
Okay.
story beats. Like, hit me.
I loved the first one. The relationship between Denji and Reza was phenomenal. I really want to talk about their whole thing in a second. Like after we talk about what we liked, I want to focus a lot on their relationship because it is the thing that made me love this movie the most. Second thing that I loved is I love the battle at the end. I'm a sucker. My 2 brain cells, one of them gets to take a nap, and I can rely on just one of them to watch the battle scenes in anime. It's my
so
favorite
good.
thing. I fucking love it. I love a good over-the-top anime battle. It's my favorite thing about. It's why I got into anime in the first place. Like with Dragon Ball Z when I was younger, like I loved the over-the-top fights, like people crashing through buildings and worlds and rocks and exploding. Like I fucking love all of that. It's so fun.
Oh yeah.
And then the third thing that I liked, I would say, is it just looks so good. The animation in this, the different styles, the way they transition from like a more like artsy to like the more actiony, like when the opening with like Power, Aki, and Denji in their apartment, like that style to like it's just everything about it looked so good. Mappa didn't spare a single dime.
Yeah. My
Or
3
didn't waste.
my 3 favorites are very specific. There are some like some overarching things that I loved. I loved the music. I loved the way that the story
Music was good.
visually told using the music in the background. But very specifically, I loved how they showed Division 2's use of Aki's former devil contract, Kon. Aki in season 1 had a contract with Kon that got broken during the fight with Katana Man.
Yeah.
But watching Division 2 use Kon, and then Kon, the fox devil, swallow up Reze, the ghost or the bomb devil, and then go, ew, disgusting. I don't like this. Like, I'm out of here. That was amazing because it just shows like devils really don't care for humans much at all.
No.
And then I loved the moment where Beam is like, Makima told me that I'm not supposed to explain how this works, but Chainsaw Man, you can actually use chains to like whip around the city and fly and stuff. And then he goes, aha, I know exactly what I'll do. And he puts chains in Beam's mouth and he goes, I'll ride you.
Yep.
And just immediately Beam is like, yes, my lord. Like
No questions
everything
asked.
about that is phenomenal. So then he's just riding on a giant tribute to Junji Ito's Gyo, which is a story about what if sharks came up on land with mechanical legs, which is fucking terrifying. So they're doing like this tribute to that story, but then Beam and like Chainsaw Man are just like over the top. It's like it's pulp anime.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
Yeah. So it's like pulp fiction anime. And then at the very end, I loved how just as so like, you know, Denji and Reza's love story kind of wraps up on this beach where Denji's like, oh, hey, by the way, I saved you. And she's like, why? You're such an idiot. Like, don't save me. I'm not worth saving. Like, I don't like that. And he's like, yeah, but like, we could still run away together. And she's like, you're so fucking naive. And like, she walks away. But then you see her buy a flower, miss her train on purpose. And as she's going back to see Denji, who we're revealed to see as sitting in her cafe waiting with a bunch of flowers for her, she gets fucking impaled. by the angel devil who is under Makima's control. Now, this is like a huge plot point for Chainsaw Man in general, but like up to this point you're kind of like, oh yeah, Makima's like working with the devils to like do something. She seems a little like off, but this is the first moment where you're like, oh wait, no, hold on.
Yeah.
Like she's actively preventing certain things from happening. And earlier in the movie, Reza says to Denji, oh, she put a collar on you too.
Yep.
And like there's like, so like we're at the point in the story where we're starting to get the really big plot twist reveal, and I loved how that played out, and I loved how they showed the mirror image of her going to her cafe that they showed in the beginning of the movie when Denji beats her there, where she's walking, like she goes from the subway, she goes up these stairs, she's like walking down these different paths, she turns down the alleyway. So all of that moment, that final moment of the movie feels like super familiar, and you're kind of like, oh, this is nice.
I was so
She's
happy. I was like,
yeah, she's going for him, and then just death comes for her. And we get to see the angel devil use its powers, and then of course like a beautiful final shot of the angel devil asking a mouse if it thinks the city is a good place.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
Off of that, I want to talk about the love story with Reza and Denji, because my first question to you is, well, actually, the whole point is Reza is trying to trick Denji to get close so she can get his heart, because if a devil gets the chainsaw heart, it gives him like special powers or something, right? I don't really know.
Yep.
I missed that. I was assuming it was like a power thing.
They don't talk about it. They haven't talked about why people are going after his heart specifically yet.
Okay. Probably a power thing. We'll find out in the manga.
It's a power. It's a MacGuffin.
It's always a power thing. It's a MacGuffin.
Yeah.
So, the entire time I'm thinking to myself, like, she's using him and she's had opportunities to just do what she needs to do.
To just off him.
But the more they hang out, like, they meet in the phone booth and he gives her a flower and she's like, hey, come see me at my cafe. Then you see her take her route. And then when she gets there, he's already there. And she's like, wow, you're here already. And he's like, well, you said you'd pay me back. And he's still oblivious to the fact that she likes him. He realized that she likes him. He has this internal struggle because he likes Makima because Makima saved him. She's the one that found him after the zombie devil fight. She's the one that gave him a purpose in a way. She's the one that went on a date with him. Like, he has these feelings for her. And I love that struggle of, like, Makima is obviously using him as well. But like with Reza,
Big time.
They hang out at the cafe. He goes in there every day that week, you hear, which means that like days have gone by and they're seeing each other every day. She's getting close to him. They hang out. They have this beautiful moment where they go to the school and like she gives him a swimming lesson and they hang out. And then obviously like it's revealed that she can choke a guy out in no time, which by the way, we didn't mention this yet. I love the little Typhoon Devil subplot that lasts for like 5 minutes where the Typhoon Devil has this guy that's like, I carved up this guy's family and he begged me to be dead. And then he just shows up and immediately dies. I'm like, yes, do that
doesn't
more.
Realize
Love
who
that.
she is. Yeah, well, and even the Typhoon Devil's like, I'm sorry, Reza.
Fuck.
I didn't realize that was you.
And so all that obviously culminates. They go to a festival. They hang out throughout the entire festival. And then the fireworks go off. She reveals who she is in a gruesome way by biting off part of his tongue, by the way.
Yeah.
That made me uncomfortable.
That was great.
That sucks for Denji.
It.
Sucks for
loved
Denji.
It. Yeah.
And then
horror moment.
Big battle happens, and at the end, he's like, oh, I bet you can't explode when you're wet, and so he wraps her in chains, and they both fall to the bottom of the sea, and then he saves her, and she's like, why did you do that? And he's like, well, I mean, I like you. And I love...
Like, you're a dum-dum.
He asked the question that I was asking during the entire fight to myself, which was, why didn't you just take my heart when we first met?
Yeah.
And I want to ask you, at what point do you think Reza actually developed some kind of feelings for him? What was the moment where you think that like her plan became difficult for her?
I think she hesitated when she first got into the phone booth because like she could have just done it right then and there.
Yeah.
Like could have just been like full on surprise, got you. And I think she gets into the phone booth and realizes like what a simpleton he kind of is. And like he shares a cute moment with her, in like in one of 3 moments where they're trapped inside because of the rain. And she can't use her bomb devil powers at that moment because she's wet, right? So she runs in and like that prevents her from killing him maybe that is what prevented her from killing him
Yeah.
right then and there, was like, she was wet. And then she's like, oh, well, actually, I'll bait this guy. And then along the way, she's like, actually, I don't mind this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really, like, based on what she said at the end, like, before she changed her mind, I think, like, she spent the entire film, even at some points throughout, like, the big fight scene, realizing, like, oh, yeah, no, I actually do have, like, the same way that Power did with her cat, Meowie.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, no, wait, I actually do enjoy some of these feelings,
I also really liked that there's a moment after she's killed the vice captain and Aki's friend from the second division, where she's like, I don't want to kill anybody else. Can we just, like, stop this? Because you learn at the end from another guy, he tells Aki that Reze was a Soviet experiment used for their own.
She was an orphan.
Yeah, their own gain.
Much like Denji.
And then their big connecting moment is Denji never went to school, and she pretends like she did, but really she didn't. So they have this, like, I think it was a moment where she realized Denji's a lot like me. He's a devil. He had a horrible life. He just wants to find somebody that cares about him for real. Because I don't think she ever had that either, is the vibe I got. And I do love the moment in the school, though, where she's like, 1 + 1, what's the answer? And he's like, 2, right? And then she writes big ass, and she's like, what's this one? He's like, 2, right? It's just
No, it's
that got me.
Oh, I know, it's 2. Yeah, no, that was a good moment.
It's just so cute. Like, I know that she's evil, and, like, it's obvious in some places that she's, like, laughing at jokes that aren't funny, and, like, she's playing him. But the entire time I was like, these two are really good together. I don't know what it is, but I like this love story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it a lot, and it's both sad and meaningful that it ended the way that it did at the end of this film. So
Obviously,
I'm looking forward to season 2.
Yeah, they can't have a happy ending, obviously.
Yeah, I'm really hoping the first few episodes of season 2 are not this movie. I really hope that it just kind of jumps ahead, because this was a whole arc in the manga.
It's a good arc, too.
So I hope that it's just covered and that it comes out on Crunchyroll before season 2. That'll be a good sign that, like, season 2 is not going to cover this, because I would like for the story to just pick up and keep going. But like I said, going to read the manga.
Yeah, me too. Actually, already started.
You want to move to jams?
Do I have any final thoughts?
Do you have anything else? Good, garbage, bad, fun, good, or great?
I think this one's going to get a great from me.
I think so too. Certified greatness,
Certified greatness, baby.
I think. Did you see the Demon Slayer movie yet?
You told me to wait because the next movie's not until like 2029, so I haven't caught up yet.
Yeah. I would say read the manga on that, but like wait till it just comes out.
I probably will, actually.
Yeah. But that movie was phenomenal. I would say every anime movie I've seen so far this year has been great.
Are you going to see the JJK one?
Across the board. Oh, 100%.
Okay, because me too.
Yeah,
do I have any final thoughts about this? Okay.
We're Toto and Yuji.
I'm wearing my
that's what
pink
this is.
Sukuna hoodie right now. Anyways.
Yeah, that's what we are. We're Toto and Yuji. We are that's what that. I'm Toto.
Yeah,
I sent you the photo. I'm actually ripped like Toto right now. Like so, this tracks.
I kind of have a Yuji build.
Yeah.
I would say one thing that I liked about this, because I think I liked this because I didn't see the first season.
Yeah.
Is when you meet, there's a moment where Aki and the Angel Demon are helping the second division train before the Bomb Devil shows up.
Yeah.
And I'm so used to like heroes in One Punch Man, the heroes in My Hero, other like side characters in JJK or any other like anime or manga where they have some kind of like elevated ability. But in this, I was like, oh no, these are just regular humans fighting insane fucking monsters. Like this is a dude with a sword fighting a literal bomb. And so when they get like wrecked, when all these like agents and like hunters get absolutely wrecked, I was like, oh, they don't stand a chance without devils on their side.
No.
And I liked that revealed to me that like even the vice captain, which again I'm used to, like if you're the vice captain of like a squad in these animes, you're
strong.
Usually, like in Kaiju number 8, like you're fucking strong, you're the best, right? No, he died immediately, and I'm like that is really brutal, and I think that's got me more hooked on Chainsaw Man, is that it's a more brutal take on a grounded kind of Earth.
Yeah.
Like, these are just regular humans that can die pretty easily.
Yeah, I also like that in this universe, they don't have like a power ranking, which I think is cool because a lot of times in anime or manga like this, they'll be like, "Oh my god, that's a fucking S tier monster. Like you can't fight it. It's S tier." You know, and like to me, if you don't say it, it makes it more interesting because then we're guessing a little bit, you know, and it forces us to kind of create our own classification if you want to. I don't really even want to. I want to just watch it and go, "Oh, they're strong."
Yeah.
You
I mean,
know?
it makes sense that the bomb devil would be strong. The gun devil would be strong. Like,
the gun devil's insanely strong.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the previews for season 2 yet, but
No.
there's a shot of like I think it's like 7 devils marching through a desert in front of the gun devil, and the gun devil's behind them, and it's just gigantic. Like it's just it's literally like a monolithic tower of firearms and
Hell
ammunition. Yeah.
Because you mentioned like the ranking, and I just read like 200 plus chapters of One Punch Man to get caught up because it's incredible and I love it. And I think in that they're starting to do something that I find very funny. Well, they'll be like, "This is a threat level demon," which is like one of the highest, and then like a hero will come along and be like, "I can beat this," and either they beat it no problem, or it'll be like a threat level that's supposed to be lower, and an S-class hero get their ass whooped. And I think what I like about One Punch Man...
He was hiding his power.
And it's funny because some people have asked me, like, why do you like One Punch Man so much if this guy can just show up and beat everything with one punch? And I'm like, well, there's 2 reasons. One, it's the way they write. It's the way they write him not being there. It's the way they write it until he shows up. And they do a really good job of keeping Saitama out of the fights in cool ways. But also, I like that it's a satirical take on superheroes compared to like My Hero, which is another anime I absolutely love, which is a serious take on heroes. One Punch Man is laughing at the idea of heroes in a way, you know? And I think that's really fucking funny to me. So,
One Punch Man is written by the mangakon, who also wrote Mob Psycho 100, which is basically like what if One Punch Man but psychic abilities, right? And they both kind of have they have similar tropes, like they're very similar stories, not to like generalize too much, but like
no, you're right.
So One Punch Man, he really doesn't fight unless there's like purpose in it. Yeah. Like there's a lot of people that he's like he knows he can beat them, and then he just takes a beat down for like a half an hour.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, wait, you said a thing that made me care. So now I'm going to punch you and win." And then Mob Psycho 100, literally there's a charging sequence in the manga and the anime for Mob-kun, who's the main character, where like when he hits 100, he just is like, "All right, I'm going to open up a psychic can of whoop ass on everybody now."
So good.
And both of those, I think that's what makes them endearing and makes them fun, is like you kind of know what the triggers are for the heroes that makes them spring into action, and then everything else happening around them has a bunch of like meaning or questioning of like why we do the things that we do. There's a lot of very human elements to these stories. And then even with like going back to what we're talking about now, even with Chainsaw Man, there's a lot of human elements to this. Like, all right, cool. If you had the ability to save people using Future Sight, but you knew that like using that Future Sight would lower your own lifespan, would you do it, and why? You know, like it answers those questions, but it does it in the dialogue of here's this character's actions and here's what he says to justify those actions. It's not nail on the head. It's like, yeah, no, he actually wants to save people. He doesn't want to see another person die in front of him. He's seen it enough. And it happened in the first season. You might not be there yet, but like there's a character who literally gives up her life to the devil she has a contract with to save Aki. She gives her life up to the ghost devil. And when you give your life up to the ghost devil, you just become a fucking ghost, man. You just disappear. Yeah. So like, and she does. She's like, I want to save Aki, and the ghost devil appears in its full form and is like, yeah, cool, I'll save Aki for you. But you're gonna die. So like, I love seeing how these things play out. Also, I don't know if you've seen him, but like the Future Devil's just freaky as shit.
I haven't seen him yet, but I read about it, like all wild. That in my summary. I'm gonna go back and watch the first season all the way through now.
It's good.
Um,
It's a really good season.
I completely agree with you. I think what I really have enjoyed about a lot of the anime and manga that I've watched, and I think it does a lot of my
JJK.
my
One
top
Punch
3
Man,
favorites.
Chainsaw Man.
They do it really well, and especially in One Punch Man, and this is why I think it's really compelling. And I could talk about One Punch Man for a really long time. It's quickly becoming like my favorite of all time.
I love that you're getting into it now. Yeah, it's good.
Well, I've been into it for a while. I watched the first season when it came out and loved it. I watched the second season
same.
and loved it. I wasn't a big manga reader until about a year ago. So when I heard season 3 was coming out, but the animation is not very good, and it's going to be like a year before the dub, because I like Saitama's voice in the dub. I was like, fuck this. I'm reading the manga, and then I read it all in like 3 days. But it's the side characters, and I think that's what really makes – and it's the same with Chainsaw Man. Like, it's not just the main character that makes these stories really compelling, and what makes stories, especially like One Punch Man, really compelling is it's not – Saitama, at the end of the day, is a pretty, like – he's really just chill. He doesn't care about a lot. And, like, what he does care about for, like, you got to trigger him to really get him motivated, because he's kind of aimless because he's too powerful. But it's the side characters. It's his relationships with, like, Genos and, like, Silver Fang and all these other heroes that influence him, or King and stuff, that really make the story more compelling, because it's not just him that takes the center stage. There's a lot of points,
100%.
especially in the manga for what's coming up during the Monster Association arc, where you don't even follow Saitama. Like, there are chapters upon chapters where he doesn't even show up. Like, there's like 5 chapters in a row where you're following one of the S-class heroes' 3 sidekicks fight a battle.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, I don't even know who these people are, but fuck, I'm invested, you know? And it's like, that's the kind of stuff I love in these animes. My Hero's doing it in the final season, where all the characters are spread out, and you're like, I haven't really gotten to know this character yet, but man, they're doing really compelling things where they're trying to get all of these characters to stop doing what they're doing or something. And it's the same with Chainsaw Man. Like, I think that having these moments in the movie, especially with like Aki and the Angel Devil, while this big insane fight's going on, having these emotional beats, anime does such a good job at that, and I think it gets overlooked a lot. That yes, it might be a crazy story where a guy has a chainsaw as a head, but that doesn't mean there's not going to be emotional moments in it. And that's my final thought that I want to highlight about anime in general.
Yeah, anime does a very good job of tying some of the more unbelievable things to the human condition itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's move on to jams, baby.
Yeah, you go first. What
All
you
right,
got?
cool. I got a couple. There was a lot of music that came out this week.
There was.
Like I got bombarded on Friday. But biggest note of a thing that came out this week that I absolutely love is the band Strawberry Girls, aligned with the recording artists Ben Rosette and Zachary Guerin, have re-released their, I believe it was from 2014, their album French Ghetto. Answering the question, yes, you can still just make insane music without any vocals, riffing on guitar, having a great time. They were, to kind of paint the picture, Strawberry Girls came out around the same time as like other bands that are in their realm, like Polyphia, Chon, bands that are really kind of like progressive guitar, progressive instrumental rock, you know, and kind of jazzy in a way. I absolutely love that album, and it's been great revisiting it. I also have fallen in love with the band Chanpan. Their EP Endlessly, that came out on June 25th this year, is absolutely amazing. They have a really great song called Luigi's Mansione. But I would highly recommend that people listen to Endlessly, the title track from that EP. It's really good. It's Japanese prog rock jazz, but with a really cool, sultry female singer. I cannot highlight that enough. I have had no time to do anything else because I'm Dracula this week. So that has been, my life has been Dracula and Mercutio all week.
Makes sense.
Yep. So I'm glad I got some music in, though, and I'm glad I'm still getting a movie in once a week. It's been good.
I like it.
What's your jam?
It's kind of the same. I didn't really get to do a whole lot. First jam would be manga. I read all of One Punch Man. I'm currently reading Chainsaw Man, and also going back and forth with JJK.
I love that.
To kind of finish that out. Manga is just great, but my other jam my favorite band released their third single from their future album that we have no estimated arrival time on because the lead singer, Noah Sebastian, said, yeah, we're still working on it. We want to make sure it's good. But Bad Omens released a new single called Dying to Love, which wraps out their three that they released, Spectre, Impose, and Dying to Love. And good golly, Miss Molly. I'm sure everybody has a band like this, but they just can't miss, in my opinion. This song is phenomenal. The lyrics are just incredible. This new album is definitely all based around like heartbreak and love, which is an awesome theme for a band like Bad Omens to do because they kind of always have that in their albums. Death of Peace of Mind is kind of about that as well. And it's just incredible. I absolutely fucking love these three songs. I think Dying to Love is incredible. I cannot speak highly enough of Bad Omens. I am just, the more I listen to them, the more I fall in love. And like, I know now there's no way any other band's ever going to take the favorite spot from them. They're just, I fucking love them.
Good
They're just that good to me. So yeah, I would say if you're interested, check those three out. I can't wait for the album, which will hopefully be out this year, but probably not, which is fine. Take your time. Bad Omens, I can't wait.
Dying to Love, obviously a poetic play on words for the classic phrase "dying to live," right? That's okay, cool. What is well, you know, that's great. That poses the question, you know, what is living if not loving?
It's so good. Yeah.
Yep. What are we watching next week? What's going on this week? It's Halloween.
Oh, you know what comes out next weekend?
Next weekend's a Halloween episode for us.
It's the Emma Stone. The Jesse Plemons and his friend thinks that she's an alien. Yeah, I'm gonna see that for sure. And then we have November, which is gonna be just banger after banger.
Yeah, November seems stacked.
We got Frankenstein finally comes out, so you can stop asking if it came out. We've got Badlands, Running Man, Now You Three Me, a couple others.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing Now You Three Me. That's not happening.
No, yeah. We're going to talk about Running Man that weekend. We're not talking about Now You Three Me.
I'm not seeing that movie.
No, I'll talk about it.
That movie looks bad. Every time I see a trailer for it, I'm like, this looks bad.
I can't wait.
Why are we doing this? And like, it's another one of those movies like Freakier Friday was okay, right? Like Freakier Friday was fun.
Yeah.
This looks like the not fun version of that because it like every other joke in the trailer is like, well, you know what your generation sucks at, you know, dude, like that's the whole thing. It's like Dave Franco is old enough now that we're making like boomer style jokes about him. He's like, I'm gonna get the lock because I'm the older lock.
I've been doing it since before you were born.
Yeah, and she's like
half your age,
figured it out because it's a puzzle, kind of like an app I have on my phone. You know, like
there's a moment where all of them are standing together and they're like, two generations of magicians. And I'm like, Woody Harrelson's in his late 50s and Dave Franco's in his early 40s. That's three generations, baby. What are you talking about?
I bet it was originally three, and Woody Harrelson was like, no. No. He's like, no. I'm still lying about how old I am. No, you can't. You can't do three. I'm two. It's still two. It's two.
I will be doing the first two Now You See Me's on Magnum Opus, and then that weekend I will be doing a Magnum Mini, which is my 5 minutes reviews on Now You Three Me, Now You Don't See Me.
I will never miss an opportunity to remind people that they totally fucked up the naming scheme for these movies.
Oh,
dude. It should have just been Now You See Me, Now You Don't. That's it. That should have been the whole thing, you know? I don't know why people just keep messing up name. Like, why? Why can we not just do the clever thing? Like, do you think people are that dumb? Like, I know we have second screen viewing and all that other shit, but like, people aren't that dumb.
Well,
we'll get it.
It's now, you know? It's weird that they did Now You See Me, Now You See Me 2, Now You See Me, Now You Don't. That's the three movies. That's their names.
That's the whole movie?
That the first one's just Now You See Me. The second one is Now You See Me 2. And the third one is Now You See Me, Now You Don't.
That doesn't make sense.
And I keep calling it Now You See Me, Now You Don't 3 Me because I think it's funny.
It's so dumb.
It is dumb.
It's so dumb. And Mark Ruffalo was like Houdini in it, wasn't he?
Well, they have like superpowers. They're not magicians. They're just fucking superpowers.
Yeah, they're not. They're just like, they're like, this is like an X-Men movie without being an X-Men movie. Like, you know, like,
Magic Man.
You know what? I'm going to throw it down. Should have been an anime.
100%.
That's what it should have been.
100%.
That's what it should have been. Let's take this thing out of here. Thank you, everybody, for listening to another episode of the UnPop podcast. Thank you for weathering this absurd existence with us. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about our mental health, subpoenas, or would like us to podcast live at your funeral, please feel free to email mysecretpoweris@gmail.com. Art by FrankAce, music by moi. Make sure to check out our brother sister channel Magnum Opus. See you later.
Bye-bye.